So on the, it's a disappearance day. So on the disappearance and the appearance day of these great personalities, there's a special mercy that is available. So it's a great opportunity to hear about their life and hear about their insights that they have shared with us. And perhaps if you are listening with sincerity, you may capture something inside of your heart. So what I would like to speak from today is one work from Bhaktivinod Thakura entitled Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita, and I want to share something from the 8th wave, from the conclusion of the book, where he's given a bit of an overview. And as I'm sharing today, you can reflect. Perhaps people you know are in these different categories, or perhaps even you yourself are in one of these different categories. So it's giving you a bit of a roadmap about where you are in the stage of your spiritual evolution. So Bhaktivinod Thakura has mentioned there's 5 components of deliberation. 1, Vishai, the subject. 2, Sankshai, the doubt. 3, Sangati, reconciliation. 4, Purvapaksha, counter-arguments. And then 5, Siddhanta, the conclusion. So, in other words, there's some subject, some topic that we are talking about, that we discuss. And then 2, you have some doubt, you have some question, you have some disbelief in that subject. And then 3, a reconciliation, how to bring all the various components of the discussion together. And then 4, Purvapaksha, counter-arguments. So you know, in Vedic culture, there is a very long-standing history of Purvapaksha. Different schools would come together and they would debate over their different philosophies, theologies, this kind of thing. And sometimes the stakes would be very high. Sometimes the loser himself and all of his disciples, they would have to become disciples of whoever defeated them. So, you know, if you're a Christian and then a Muslim defeated you, you'd have to become a Muslim. This isn't Vedic, but to give you some example. You'd have to join their philosophy, join their camp. And sometimes the loser would have to jump into a boiling vat of oil. So, you know, you want to know your stuff. And like 2 knives rubbing together, they become very, very sharp. So because this has gone on for thousands of years in India, the deep insight into these different schools, not just your own school, but the opposing schools of thoughts, both sides knew each other very, very well. And they knew how to dialogue with one another. And then ultimately, we want to establish the Siddhanta, the conclusion, what is the actual truth. So, Bhaktivinod Thakura, he'll take us on a bit of a journey through these 5 components of deliberation in these different categories today. So starting from the immoral atheist, and then the moral atheist, the moral theist, the impersonalist, not sure if that's spelled right, and the practitioner, the person who's doing sadhana bhakti. So Bhaktivinod Thakura is written here at the start of the 8th wave that this book, it's not a rasa granta. So at the home program the other night we shared a little bit of rasa katha about Kamala Manjari, about Radha and Krishna. So this is madhurya, this is sweet and relishable. But tonight it's a vichar granta. It's something for deliberation, because these topics of rasa, they're very, very high. And if we don't have a steady foundation, we will just go into imagination and just think the ordinary conceptions in our mind are the same things as Krishna's pure transcendental leela, which they are not, they're very different. So we want to have a firm foundation. So